Yeah, let me go pimp out this stream mad quick. Where am I? There you go. I always go back to my chat and or to the media chat and just copy that link. I mean, it's really easy. It's just twitch.tv/superbottom. But I refuse to. Ah. Okay, and let's pimp it out on the other one. Okay, and we should be good to go. Shoot, how do I have this set up? No, I have to have that. Trying to see if there's a way to have chat without getting my phone, but I might just go get my phone mad quick, so I'll be right back. Enjoy this Bug Fables. I put it pretty low, so if anyone can't hear it, let me know, but I didn't want it to be super high, obviously, so I'll be right back. Just getting my phone so I can see chat. Okay, cool. Oh, let me turn that down. All right. If audio's all good, just let me know. Otherwise, let's get this started, I suppose. All right. Oh, I have my beautiful face covered. I just noticed that. Give me 1 sec, and let me put that up front. Oh, cool. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't affect me making the tier list. Let's go on to this and make it zoomed. Okay, cool. So we're good to go. Straight up, this one's gonna be exceptional. My tier list isn't gonna be like an exact ordering of people because a lot of the issues I have with tier lists is the fact that they try to make it so precise when for one it's not precise. Anything that you do with tiers is going to be fluid and it can change literally day to day, or it just depends on a lot of things. So I'm not going to try to order them, and I'm not going to be trying to be so precise. I like to see players as a whole. And with that in mind, like I like to consider how they do in their toolkit, how far along they are in their understanding of the game and their understanding of their character. Like if someone won a tournament and for some reason they only did whack or something, submotto, they only did whack and they somehow won, I wouldn't call that a good player. In that same case but magnified, I like to look at every player's like distinctive traits, how good they are, and kind of like go on from there. So I would put exceptional, solid, and those two are pretty well defined. Like exceptional is like just straight up like peas, famed. Like all the really good players that are just a notch above everyone else. Solid is what I would consider probably like PR level. Just really good players who have a solid understanding of the game and are notches above average. But this tier right here, solid, is at least attainable for most people. Exceptional is like if you really have to grind the game. In fact, I really honestly personally wouldn't consider ever going for exceptional, and I wouldn't tell a lot of players to, just because like there's just more shit in life to do. But I guess everyone strives for exceptional. Everyone can make it to solid, like straight up everyone can, if you try to. Exceptional is like personally you could strive for it, but just have other shit going on in life, man. And not obviously bashing anyone exceptional. They're really good players, but it just takes a lot to get into this tier. This one will be above average. Needs tiny work. Exceptional ain't called that for no reason. You're gonna have no life or some shiz. No, I mean, yeah, you have to. Essentially, it has to be your biggest hobby, and you have to devote a lot of time to it. Like that's kind of how you gotta get to the exceptional. Anyone who says they don't devote a lot of time into it had to at some point. Like it just is what it is. Like even if they don't do it now. Yeah, they should. There should be less tiers. I'm gonna be tiering a lot less people because I don't know as many. So, um, average needs. Fuck. What's happening there? Oh, that's awesome. Needs. That looks like ass. Holy smokes! Why is that? Why is that doing that? Needs. Okay. Average needs structured work. Because if you're average, you just have to you just have to like actually figure out what's happening in the game. You got a lot of stuff to learn when you're average. Like average isn't a bad part because that means you're better than most casuals, like straight up. But you're gonna need a lot of structured work to actually get above where you are. A lot of people are content with being like average or above average. Personally, I honestly think everyone can get to solid level. And if you're in these two areas, you have to really look at your gameplay or look at others, get some coaching, um, to get to here. And this is just this is just the next level of like, you got to just have a lot of time on your hands and a lot of playing and a lot of smarts. Um, Below average. And if I need to, I'll make another tier. And yeah, some people might get salty. I'm super honest. I'm not gonna say someone's fucking average if they're not. If they need work, if they need a lot of work, they're just straight up below average. Yeah. Why sugarcoat it? Like I'm out here trying to give people an accurate representation of where they are, not to become like fucking mean or anything. But okay. And this is obviously going to be my take on it. So this, from what I've seen, I haven't seen a lot of the newest stuff. So obviously, could be wrong there. This is just from a lot of my accumulation of Smash and seeing where people are. So 1%. He's average. He's becoming above average from what I've seen, and I like a lot of what he does. He's closer to being above average than not. I think he's just in the average tier for now, but he's pretty close to being above average. He does actually work on a lot of his stuff and structures, like in a structured way, and he actually takes a lot of advice, which is good. Like I see him actually taking advice and using it. So right now he's average from what I've seen. I haven't seen the most recent stuff, but he could easily become above average. Four Eyes, obviously exceptional. These are going to be unordered. Just letting you know now. Like it doesn't matter that Four Eyes is first or whatever. These are going to be unordered. I will say if I think a player is close to leaving a tier, but for the most part, this is just unordered. Who is this? I can't see. Oh, Akira. He's honestly, from what I've seen, his results make him average, but there's nothing that I've seen that really puts him over the edge. Akira is about an average player. He'll get a win or two here and there, maybe sometimes make 3 or 4 wins, but nothing too extreme. From what I've seen, Akira, it doesn't seem like he has a super big game plan, and probably for a lot of people in average, they know how to play the game well enough, but they don't really have a game plan, or they don't really have a good neutral, or it's just some stuff that are lacking. All straight up average. No offense, all, but average only because like you try to really complicate the game, and it's not as complex as you're making it out be. Again, you could probably get to above average with not that hard work, but you get in your way a lot. Oh, who is this? Alto. I think Alto, if I remember correctly, was below average or average. I can't remember who Alto is. If that's Baseline's brother, then I'd probably put him average because I think Baseline was a little worse, so he'd probably be below average. Above average in making controls though. Baseline controls. Let's go. Android, he'd probably be pretty close to getting above average. I haven't seen him in person, but he has a lot of the same issues where I just see him playing the same kind of autopilot-y, nothing special, and can get rocked by someone who just knows their shit. Presentation modes makes this easier to see. Of course, Whip coming in with the make it dark mode. Give me 1 sec. Where is presentation mode? I must be blind, yeah. Where is presentation mode? I'm not seeing it. If you could tell me where it is, I'll do it. But oh, there you go. Tell me it's saved. Alright, sweet. Here's your presentation mode whip. Appa Beats, I don't know who the fuck this is, so I'm just not gonna do it. Barrio, shoot. He's probably above average, honestly. And if I put him there, then 1% is really close to being above average, if not. He's above average. He definitely has better play style than like an average player, from what I've seen. But he just does the exact same stuff all the time. His disadvantage is pretty bad. Like I know he plays some characters that have bad disadvantage, but he doesn't seem to know what to do a lot in disadvantage. Yeah, his disadvantage is pretty bad. He seems to kind of rush options. He is above average. Needs a tiny bit of work. Like he just needs to work on his disadvantage. He needs to work on his neutral quite a bit. It's very samey. But if we were to just look at results too, he is definitely above average. Baseline, no offense. He's below average, but in making controls, he's above average. Like way above average. Like in fact, baseline in making controls is exceptional, but in Smash, he's below average. Bebop. Bebop's hard to say. He does some really cool shit. And he actually really tries to practice a lot, and he has been playing way better. His results are never the greatest, especially for like what I consider his skill to be. I think he's above average, but it's not like he's super high above average. He's just kind of above average. Yeah, he needs to get over whatever's stopping him. I haven't seen his gameplay recently. Before, it used to be that he just didn't use his advantage so well. Like, he didn't go off stage. He didn't pressure people in their face. He didn't use tilts, which are really good on Lucas. Like, he played the same game of just staying away. He was trying to do like a Johnny thing, where he could just do so much more with his character. Bell. Bell's kind of average, but he actually, I enjoy playing Bell and watching Bell because he can do some sick shit. So honestly, he's pretty close to being above average. He just needs to really work on his play. I could see Bell being above average if he really cared and like was coached. But for now, he's average, but probably on the higher end of that. Blade Z, it's hard to say because sometimes he gets results. I'd say probably above average, but not like the greatest. He's probably, honestly, if I were to tier this, I would put him below Bebop and probably closer to Barrio. He plays every character the same from what I see. He plays every character like it's fucking Lucina when he doesn't take advantage of his character's utilities. Nothing that really like stands out to me. His play is getting like more refined, but I never feel like he takes advantage of his character's bullshit, which you kind of have to do in this game. Trying not to be biased. I'm trying my best to coach him. Who are you saying this? I'm not sure who you're saying this for, Armando. Blastoise is above average. I don't know about now. People saying he hasn't played as much, and I think he got married, so he just has that shit going on in life. But from what I've seen, he is above average player. He does just really sick shit that I don't see other Bowsers around here do. And that's not always like needed, because obviously if you just have a good neutral, good advantage, whatever. But he does actually like, he pushes the character in a really cool way. And he just has better understanding of the game than I would say an average player would. So I'd put Blastoise above average. Bouncing Fish is in the solid character. Honestly, with work, I could actually see Bouncing Fish being exceptional. Like, he just plays really well, and he has good results. He's just a good player. He's in the solid tier. Bowser main, I assume this is Taylor from what you guys say, and Taylor is obviously above average. He's not solid yet. He never took this game like that. If I were to say Taylor's skill in general, it is above average. He just needs tiny work. He never really took this game serious until he didn't really understand it. So it is what it is. Break 2K, never played. Ches is in the solid tier. This is when Ches obviously tries. Like, I'm taking into account like what people have done before. And so Ches has always been just solid. Like, even in Smash 4, I called him out. I was like, dude, this guy's going to be pretty good. His character just weighs him down a fuck ton. And then his character got just a tiny bit better, and then he was able to make PR at a good level, like 5th, 6th or something. So, solid player. Chichon. like it's hard to say because he really, honestly, like does the dumbest shit I've ever seen, and so I can't put him above average. Hate to do that because I actually see him do really, really cool shit, and I think he's had a win on me even. Um, yeah, I would hate. I want to put him above average, but he just does some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen sometimes. Don't know who Dad Dad is or Dab Dad. Don't know who Data is. Don't know Doctor Who. D, solid. He's been practicing a whole fuck ton, and you can see he just is way better at the game. He's way better at holding stage position, which I've seen. And as Bowser, that's scary as someone who understands their advantage and like their scariness in tournament. D is probably the best at that. He's like really understands the pressure Bowser can put on someone. So he's solid. Yeah, he's gotten really, really good. I enjoy watching him now. Everfree, below average. I'm not gonna say much there. No offense. Fameblade, exceptional. I mean, just straight up, if you've ever seen him, he has some of the best shit I've ever seen. Fat Kid, I'm gonna say above average. He can definitely do some work. He almost always beats like just straight up everyone under him. Um, and he has some really cool tools. I don't know if it's the character holding him back or if it's him or what. I honestly don't see a lot of flaws in his games. So I would have to like really sit down and watch his gameplay more. For now, I feel like he's above average, but I can't justify putting him in the solid tier. Flash Freeze has slowly become solid, and I guess he hates me saying that, but he actually has become solid. He could either go in the above average on the higher end or solid. I think I'd put him as solid because I've seen his gameplay and it's gotten insanely better compared to what he used to do. He used to be scared all the time, shield. Well, now he pushes the advantage. His combo game has gotten miles better. His combo tree has gotten miles better. Just as a player, he's improved a whole lot. And I guess he might say no, but full swerve. No offense, that's my like ultra homie, but he's average. He never took the game super duper serious, and we never really worked on his issues too much. So he can take some wins here and there, and he even has a win on KB. But I'm not gonna say that that single win puts him at above average. I could easily full swerve, especially because when we train, he plays really well in practice. If he really wanted to, he could be above average. I've always said he could even be at my level, straight up. Like I believe that, but until that, and I don't think he'll ever get to that level because he just doesn't care about the game that much anymore. I have to put him in average. But he's my big homie. Told your work to go to evening. What? What are you guys talking about? Yes, Johnny. The tiers are unordered. I don't. I just don't care because it's super fluid. From one tournament to the next, it could change like a little bit, and so I don't believe in fucking ordering this shit. Like if I ordered it, obviously I put a Fameblade of 4 eyes, but I don't care about order because it's just so fluid, and like ordering it just puts this pressure on people to be that good or never become worse or you have to beat the next person now or whatever bullshit. And I'm like, dude, if you just become better, that shit will come. Like, fuck, it just doesn't matter. Like, it's more about you as a whole instead of who you fucking beat this week or whatever. Like, yeah, I have issues with that. Gambit above average. He just his combo game's really good. Obviously, it's Mario. He has somewhat good reactions from what I've seen. He doesn't always put himself in the best position, and there's just some things that he's missing. Like he needs to be better at ledge trapping. He needs to be better at stage positioning. But overall, he's just above average. I would say he's above average. I actually think he has a lot of potential. Out of all of these, him, Bebop, maybe Blastoise, I see as and Barrio, with a lot more cleanup personally, but those I probably have the most potential there from what I've seen. Ghosty, shoot, like normally I put him above average, but he honestly doesn't play this game that much. He plays for a lot of fun, and I haven't seen a lot to say he's anything more than just average. Grim above average. Grim always plays well, but he doesn't push his advantage well. He has some mix-ups, but not a whole lot. He could. I'll just do this because some people will get mad that I put Grim solo. But there's just, dude. It's like if you made everything just a little bit better, he'd be in the solid tier. But I don't usually, when I see Grim gameplay, I'm never like, oh, that amazed me. It's more like, oh, he's just playing well. Like, Grim just plays well, but it's not well enough to be super solid. Um, and that's not saying a bad thing because he plays well overall. Like, out of all of these, he's currently probably the best. But he just needs just an upgrade on everything. I don't know. Grade Fortissimo, I kind of know, I think, but he'd probably be somewhere in here if I remember correctly. But I don't really remember. Hawaiian shirt guy, played him online. Shoot, I don't remember enough. I want to say he's like somewhere in between these two. I don't know if I'd call him above average. I probably would because I put Fat Kid above average, but yeah, I'm finding it harder as I'm looking at this to justify 1% not being above average. You know what? Like, I don't want to make an extra tier. Fuck that. I'll just put him here, and then we'll see on 1%. Hit, I don't remember. ISD, I don't remember. He's now solid. He used to not be that great. He used to just be like average or a tiny bit above average, but he's actually taking a lot of advice and he's used it well. Like, he finally doesn't just run away all the time. He used to run away every time when like ZSS has really good tools to just slap you in the face for messing up. So he just pressures people more. He's really, really good at taking advice, which not a lot of Smashers are. And he's incorporated that into his gameplay, and I actually love seeing it now. I love seeing the improvement. So I would easily put him in the solid tier. What's up, Bell? Bell, I was saying, if that's Bell, I was saying you could probably be above average, but you just need a bit of work. You're probably on the higher end of the tier I put you in. Let's see what chat's saying real quick. Pac-Man Monday. Oh, dude, I fucking love this mug. At first, it's so fucking weird to drink out of, but I don't know. It's so fucking cool. I drink almost everything out of this shit now. As it's spilling, because I fucking drank wrong. I don't know what you mean, Armando, by exposure. Okay, big on the fluidity. Just focus on tiers for now. Yeah, makes it simpler. Can confer Gambit has a lot of potential. I agree. He has a lot of potential. Okay, we'll be moving on if Armando doesn't answer within like 10 seconds. Sucks to be at work, homie. No, I will not. Okay. Joel. Oh, Jules, above average or solid. He has the best combo game I've seen of any Samus, like in CWA. Like, straight up, I always said if you could mix Jules with like Sapo's awareness of like just needing to kill someone and Jules' fucking disgusting advantage state, you'd have just an exceptional player. But Jules has like the most fucking disgusting combo tree I've ever seen. Straight up one of the most devastating advantage states, especially at 0. Jules just fucking wrecks people. But he doesn't have the best like get off ledge options. He has good disadvantage. It's really tiny things that's holding him back from being either at the high end or exceptional. And being a dad kind of hurts. Because there's just bigger priorities in life. But Jules, really, really solid. Joel Joestar, obviously solid. Untiered. You know what? Let me just, so people don't fucking annoy me. Joel Joestar, obviously solid. He had a massive improvement from Smash 4. And he's just been good all this entire time. He has a tendency to like follow his game plan, which isn't bad because his game plan's pretty good. But like sometimes you can catch him with his habits, and sometimes he'll just have random bad losses. But for the most part, he's really, really solid. He's on the higher end of solid. Johnny SQ, hard to say if he's like on the upper echelon of above average or solid. Like, his results say solid, and he's been doing way, way better. But the reason I can beat Johnny all the time is because like he's just really, really habitual player. Like, annoyingly so, his rolls are fucking terrible. Some of the worst I've ever seen. Like, they're just straight up the same roll every time. And his disadvantage state and recovery are really fucking bad. No offense, Johnny. I will. You know what? Fuck it. Let's say some good shit about Johnny. His advantage state really, really good. Stage positioning really, really good. Use of tools is some of the best. Like he just uses his tools better than other people. But his disadvantages are really big, and they're holding him back quite a bit. Like, like I struggle here because if I put him down here, then I'd have to probably put Flash Freeze down there too. It's hard. It's tough to say. I'm gonna hold off on Johnny for now, but he'd be like somewhere in these two tiers, on the higher end of this and on the lower end of this. Let me hold back on Johnny for a sec. uh, no, yeah, Johnny is just a really habitual player, but he's refined it so much, and if he could incorporate, like honestly think during game he gets tunnel vision to a fuck ton, and he forgets about like a lot of advice. But if he could incorporate that advice, like the few times I've seen him actually do it, he becomes amazing. He's obviously becomes solid tier. But as these are ordered, he is above average. He just needs a tiny bit of work. I mean, sorry, Johnny. You are PR, and I'm not trying to discredit you. But if I were to say like the average level of these guys' understanding of the game and yours, I would put yours just a notch below. But like honestly, probably above all of these, like easily. So KB exceptional. I don't really have much to say there. He's just really good. Kid, he's above average. He's not exceptional. He's definitely above average. He has solid play. Overall, it dies to some dumb stuff, but like his play is some of the most refined. Like I actually think he has a well thought out game plan. I don't exactly know why he loses, why when he does, but his game plan's actually really, really refined. Like I actually like seeing Kid play, because he actually does some really smart shit. Gearwolf solid, always been solid, probably always will be. He just is good at the game. He doesn't have a lot of cracks. He doesn't go for a lot of bullshit. Like he plays really, really honest. Like Gearwolf probably plays some of the most honest shit I've seen in this game, which might bite him sometimes, but overall he's just a solid player. KB's still on another level. Yeah, no, I mean Joel does too. I've seen technically fours get some weird losses. Like I don't know. I don't consider losses to be that bad, especially if like you don't play as much or whatever. I'm considering the player as a whole, and if I were to put KB as like not exceptional, I can't agree with that because he is an exceptional player. Like his pressure game is some of the best by just like fucking just understanding what the opponent wants to do. Like KB is one of the best at like pressuring people to do something. I couldn't put him below exceptional. Lavi, oh dude, Lavi is like, oh fuck. If I were to order this, Lavi would be like, that's tough, because he has actually really good wins too, but I don't care as much. He dies to a lot of jank from what I've seen, but he also has a lot of jank. I don't know, dude. Honestly, I'd have to put Lavi in solid. Like when I see his gameplay, I don't actually see a lot of cracks, and it's better than I would say like Grim. Like I would say Lavi is, from what I see, is just plays a notch better above Grim, and I'd have to put him in the solid tier. His gameplay is just really good overall. Like everything I see from him is just really solid. Don't know these guys. McWest, no offense. Let's put him above there. Like he has some wins randomly, and he could probably beat a lot of the average players. But it just never goes far. Mugen, from what I've seen, above average. He's probably on the higher end, above average. I never see anything that really surprises me from him. Like it's pretty, to me personally, I see his Samus like is kind of cookie cutter. Yeah, I'd have to watch more of him, but from what I've seen, he's definitely above average. He probably could be solid. And from what people say from him before, he probably could be solid. But for now, above average. Which I might as well straight up say, I might as well change above average to average and then average to below average, but whatever. If I'm thinking of like Smashers as a whole, like if you were to take like the entirety of Smashers, in like CWA, then this is what we get, because most of these guys go to tournaments consistently, and anyone who just goes to their first one will get fucking wrecked, and they'll probably be down here. So just taking all of that into account, and just the average level of a Smasher in CWA. All right, let's read what some of you guys are fucking saying. All trying to get banned. What did all say? Jules is a menace. I agree. No, you're trying to get banned. Yes, I think CWA has overall gotten way better as a region. You find cracks in his play. Probably time out Johnny. You can't ignore the consistency. True. And then I mean, just straight up, he can win a lot of tournaments. Like KB, you can never count out on a tournament. Okay. We'll move on. Nemesis, above average. I guess you could say he's solid. I honestly haven't seen him too much, but I remember him being solid, so I just put him in solid. And obviously he hasn't played in forever. Neos. Honestly, I gotta put you in average, bro. You just tend to quit on your characters a lot, and that pulls back your performance a whole fuck ton. You don't tend to have a really solid game plan, and everything that I see you try to do, like, you have somewhat of an, like, probably more of an understanding than most of these players, except for, like, these right here. Of, like, what you should be doing, like, ledge trapping, edge guarding, etc. But it's never, like, really well refined. And you could see that it's just, like, you messing with a character. So no offense, but yeah, I have to put you in average. I don't know any of these. Peace, obviously, fucking exceptional. I'll do this so no one gets mad. Worry Up, exceptional. Worry Up, okay, straight up, like, out of everyone I've ever seen, Worry Up has, like, the best neutral I've ever seen. Like, straight up, he's just so fucking smart. Worry Up is, like, one of the smartest players I've ever seen play this fucking game. His neutral is, like, the best I've ever seen. He can die to some bullshit, and sometimes he gets pressured more than, like, some of these other people, like Fameblade or Peace. Like, he probably gets pressured more. But his neutral in general is just so fucking good. Like, it's so refined. Like, if you see him play, it's like the book of what you should be doing in neutral. It's really, really fucking good. I love watching Wario play. Rancher Kun, I haven't seen or played enough. Biggest labber too, from what I've talked to him. Yes, he's a really smart player. Couldn't say enough about Press. Brawl players rise up. Yeah, he was amazing. He's just a vet. I agree. Bell, you're fucking hilarious. Ranch, everyone has high praise of him, so I'd probably have to put him in, like, the solid tier. I just haven't seen him play enough, and personally, when I saw him, he was probably above average. And that'll probably be people saying I'm hating on him, but I saw him just do a lot of the same stuff. And, like, even in, like, advantage, even in, like, pressuring people, I saw him do a lot of the same stuff. At this point, he probably got better, though, and he'd probably be above average. So I guess, because, like, what everyone says and from what I have seen, he probably would be above average. Obviously not tiered. Or a solid, sorry. He probably would be solid, but I just haven't seen him play, for one, offline. And for two, I haven't seen him play enough. But I guess I have enough data to put him on solid. PZRT, I don't remember him being, like, super good. I think he's an average player from everything I've ever seen. I might be wrong. I don't remember. If it's who I'm thinking of, he's an average player. But I might be wrong on that. Does anyone have, like, data on PZRT? I don't remember. Red Mute, average. No offense, Red Mute. Just like, he actually can be really good, especially in, like, ledge trapping. He's pretty solid, and like his combo game isn't too bad, but he never seems to push advantage. He never seems to, like, mix up really well. He's decent enough at what he does, and in doubles he's just god tier. But but in general, he's just not, and nothing really stands out to me. He's just average. No, yeah, no offense there, but Puddles TW has gotten to above average. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's in the solid tier yet. He's definitely, like, improved on his kit more, and you could see him, like, being way more punishing. Like, his advantage is much, much better nowadays. Just nothing stands out to me as solid, but he has gotten significantly better. Like, I actually enjoy watching him play too, because he does some smart stuff. Just overall, I would have to watch more to say what's holding him back from solid. But in general, he has become an above average player. PZRT is Hermiston. Would anyone say he's above average? Like, if I remember correctly, he was just average, but I could be wrong. Might be. Ronin, average, but he's getting better. Oh my gosh. So when I first played Ronin, I kind of destroyed him. And like he was actually below average, but now I see him actually taking names and being way better. So I put Ronan at average and probably not too far off from being above average. Like this guy's improved a lot for what he played, which is like okay. Here's the thing: if you're not an exceptional, solid, or above average, that's not the fucking point. The point is like, are you becoming better as a player? And Ronan has become much better as a player. Like Neos can become much better as a player. 1% has become much better as a player. Like it doesn't matter exactly where you stand. It's about like where the fuck are you going in the future. That's why I don't like to make it so fucking like distinct because it's like oh you feel like shit because you're 20th. No, you're 20th from being 30th. Like that's what fucking matters. But that's me in general. I'm gonna take a small break. Let's see if you guys got anything to say, and then I'll finish up the second half of this. Probably more than halfway through because I don't know everyone. Um, don't really care where I am at. To be honest, I just want advice so I can be good as I know I can be. There you go, Neos. That's really where you want. That's really what you want to do. You shouldn't give you. Honestly, no one should really give a shit about this. They should give a shit about getting better. Like that's what does it matter if Joel's here? If he just stops, then people will surpass him because they got better. Like that doesn't mean he has that spot infinitely along with everyone else. Like exceptional probably will never be bad, and probably actually all of these would probably never be technically bad because they just understand the game better. Um, but it's like if you're just comparing yourself to someone else, for one, they play a different character, they're a different person, they have different traits. What are you doing and playing with your tools? Like I personally think I don't have a fucking great reaction time, but I have a great understanding of the game, so that gives me a better reaction time. Like, you know what it is? Like you got to play with who you are. That's what I'm trying to look forward to. Some names I haven't even seen yet. I'm gonna take a small coffee break. Enjoy this. If you guys don't follow, please follow. I will actually try to become, what is it? Affiliated? Because I'm actually enjoying like a fuck ton of like late night streams while I still have a chance. And yeah, I kind of want to do a lot of cool shit with CWA, like Mario Party tournaments and whatnot. So haven't followed, follow now, and watch me enjoy this fucking coffee. Yes, absolutely. It's about like literally getting better than how you used to play, and that's really important. Cause that's the most accurate description of have you gotten better. Cause if you're comparing yourself to someone else, well, they might be getting better at a faster rate, or they might just be better at a base level. Like it just doesn't fucking matter. Like it doesn't matter. Like I'm never trying to compare myself to Joel, Bouncing Fish, Johnny, Neos. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is like, oh, I'm losing because I lost because of this specific reason. I need to clean that up, and then that'll help me win more games in the future. That's really what matters because it doesn't make sense to compare yourself to someone else unless you're comparing like specific parts. Like, what is this person doing better than me? That you should compare on because then you could see what other people are doing. But if it's specifically, oh, this person is just better than me, then what the fuck? Someone's gonna always be better than you at something in life. There's only one number one. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, CWA in general has gotten way better. Um, like I used to just freezy the first like round or two, and now round twos are usually really like close matches, and round ones aren't that bad. I see a lot of people taking games in round one where I'm like, oh shit, that would have never happened before. Slurp, slurp. Remember to follow if you haven't. I actually can't see if anyone follows, but remember to follow if you haven't. All right, let's move on. Ryan. I don't know. I haven't seen Ryan play. I can't put him anywhere. Sapo. Solid. Obviously, I'm not saying he's the lowest of solid. But he's solid. He probably like downs his gameplay more than he should because he just plays well, especially in advantage and like when to kill someone. Dude, Sapo will legitimately just always throw out his kill option, and it just works because he puts himself in good positions. And it's like, oh fuck, I shouldn't get hit by this, But he's one of the few players to just say like, "No, fuck it. I should win by this. I'm gonna win by this," and he usually does. Can you take advantage of that? Sometimes, yeah. But in general, Sapo is like one of the most consistent about like, yeah, I'm gonna throw this out no matter what because it's my tool, and I should be killing you with this. Charminator, don't know. Shooty, no offense, but from what I've seen, below average. I couldn't justify putting him here. Alto, again, I haven't seen him play, so maybe he could go down here. But Shooty, no offense, I've seen everything I've seen below average. Shinbad, he's in the solid tier. If he really like wanted to, he maybe could become exceptional. He usually puts himself at my level, but I think Sinbad has a higher potential than me, especially now because of life and shit. But no, I've always thought Sinbad had a higher potential than me, and he could just be really, really fucking good sometimes. I put him in the solid tier. I couldn't justify him putting him anywhere else. Sapo versus Jules take. Sapo has the better. Like, I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen them both play. Sapo in general had the better like game smarts. Like, oh, this is how I should win the game, etc. Now this is what I should probably do in disadvantage and shit. And Jules had the way nastier advantage, like a fucking disgusting advantage. I wouldn't say one was significantly better than the other. Like if you fused them again, they'd be an insane player. One excelled in what the other didn't, is what I would say. Skips? Who the fuck is Skips? I'm trying to remember. Everyone keeps talking about Skips, but I honestly don't remember who the fuck Skips is. Skitsu, hard to say. Honestly, I know a lot of people like to say he's cracked and whatnot, but I couldn't. There's no way I could put him up there. And like I'm trying to see if he's better than everyone in average, which he probably is. So I guess I'd put him above average, but personally on the lower end above average. He does just really obvious shit in neutral. His advantage is pretty solid. And just overall, his game sense is pretty solid. So probably just higher than above average or higher than average, but nothing that really ever stood out to me. Chic player Iwa. Yeah, I don't fucking know skips. Slain above average. Like he and Johnny are like the closest to being solid, and maybe Mugen. I haven't seen him play enough. Him and Johnny are probably the closest to being solid, but there's some stuff that hold him back. Like Slain tends to have a lot of the same issues that Johnny does. He does a lot of the same panic shit. You can tell when he's looking for something quite a bit. Like yeah, honestly, Slain is really good, but he just has like the tiniest things holding him back from being solid. But he's definitely above average and probably better than like anyone I actually put below him, except for Johnny. Johnny and him would be like a close one. Who am I getting a call from? I'm getting a call from my wife. Give me 1 second. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at, folks? What were we talking about? Were we talking about Skitsu or who? I actually don't remember who I left off on. Did I leave off on Skitsu? Does anyone remember who I left off on? Anyone? Anyone? I need music. Where the fuck happened to my music? Continue watching. Yes. Yes, continue watching. Please. Please. I don't know if you guys can actually hear the audio because I put it pretty fucking low. Slain. Oh, right. Yeah, Slain's really good. The only thing holding him back is being 6'5" to me. Should have won. Should have won. No, I'm just kidding. I love to. No, he's really close to being solid. Just a couple things holding him back. Can you guys hear the music? I don't know. Let me know if I put that too high now. Okay. Flop, I don't know. Slayer. Slayer's good. Slayer's solid. I'm gonna put him in the solid tier. Oh shoot, actually I don't know. Like from what I hear people say Slayer's solid. Yeah, no, he's solid. Like his gameplay is just too good. He's just really good at a lot of things. Probably dies too much to dumb shit, but overall he just has a good understanding of the game. Me, I don't like to rate myself too much because I think that's something other people should do, but I can't justify putting myself otherwhere than solid. Like obviously now I've declined a lot because I just haven't played in fucking months. But if I were to like really try, it's not that hard for me to fucking understand the game. So we'll just skip saying more because I hate like it's kind of like a weird thing to rank yourself. Super dog. Hard to say because sometimes he's above average, but sometimes he's just fucking stupid. Trying to see if he'd be better than the people under him, which he probably would be better than everyone here. Yeah, I think I just put him. Like if I were to actually tier this, I'd probably put him on the lower end above average, but I'd definitely say he's above average. Swafog, haven't seen him play since then. He's in the solid tier. Yeah, he's gotten much better. He's always been really solid. And like his reactions are some of the better ones in CWA, and his punishes are some of the way better ones. Like his combo tree is actually really cool. If you watch him play, his combo tree is really nice. He has it really refined. I like watching it. The muscle, solid tier. Yeah, why not? The muscle, solid tier. The muscle's really good at doing what like KB does and like pressuring and understanding what the opponent wants to do. Yeah, he's solid. I can't justify putting him anywhere else. The muscle just does some cool shit. 3 bar, yeah, average. 3 bar could be much better, but he has like the issues of like what Johnny has, and like he does the same exact shit, but it's not as good, and like, yeah, it's just not as good. Can't put him in above average. He should take some advice from people, honestly. He's really bad at taking advice and like changing up his gameplay. But for now, he's average. I guess I'll put him here so no one annoys me later. We can now yeet. Cool. Tiki Torch, he's average. He has some above average wins, but it's really easy to get him to do something you want to do. And especially with someone like Ganon, that's really bad because you don't want the opponent pressuring you. You want to pressure the opponent, and if the opponent's pressuring you, you're gonna get fucked because Ganon's disadvantage and recovery are terrible. Personally, I think he's average. Could become above average because he just has some nasty wins, and when the opponent's playing dumb, he can get really nasty reads, but his reads aren't exceptional, and his positioning isn't like exceptional. Nothing about like what I've ever seen him do is exceptional. But like he's probably on the higher end of above or average. Titan, hard to say because his losses are just fucking terrible. Like he never does as well as he should, especially for like his play. And if I'm gonna put all down here, even though I think all's like, oh, I'm getting another call. I'm gonna put him at as average. 1 sec. I have to put Titan above 3 bar visually though, so 3 bar can get mad. Triple D, average. I guess I'll put him there. It doesn't matter. Triple D average. He doesn't push his advantage a lot. It doesn't ever feel like he has a game plan going forward. Kind of feels like he just reacts too much to the opponent, and especially with someone as slow as DDD, that's not that great. Yeah, he needs a better game plan, and he needs to kind of just do stuff better. I will say one issue with average players, like that probably plagues most of these, except for maybe like Chichon. And I don't know, I haven't seen Ronan play. Bell's pretty solid, but and actually 1% is solid there too. But like a lot of the issue with average players is that they understand the game, but it's more like they just react to everything, or they don't push their advantage or whatever. Like probably the biggest issue with a lot of these players is that they have a fucking terrible approach, and they have like really not that many mix-ups, and they try to react too much to what the other opponent doing. And if you do that, then you're basically at the will of everyone else's like advantage state or everyone else's tools, because you can't react to everything, and they're gonna mix you up more. And so these guys typically tend to like have an issue with what their opponents are trying to do. Like once you get to the higher levels, like you're just smarter at the game. That doesn't mean you're smarter, but just smarter at the game, and like pushing your character to do stuff they should be doing. These guys generally react to the game in a way that will kill below average players. Like they can play the game, but technically they're not doing anything better than if they were playing any other character. As for Full Swerve have some nasty mix-ups, but he just doesn't care. Ty, he's a solid player. From what I've seen, he just plays well. Yeah, I hate Min Min, but I can't put him in nothing but above like solid. I'm trying to see Tyraz. No offense, Tyraz. I gotta put you below at. Well, let's go ahead and just do this. Below average. There's just so much you need to work on, and like I could point it out, but there's just a lot. There's just a lot you need to work on before I could call you as good as any of these. I don't think he'd lie and say, yeah, that's wrong. I think he just acknowledges that and knows that, but I couldn't put him in average. Whip. Shit. No offense, Whip, but I have to put you below average. Yeah, okay, I could actually tell you, Whip, what issues I see, like with your game plan, because like you have what these guys have to like a bigger extent, to where like you're trying to react too much to the game, and I don't even like ever see you having a game plan. It kind of feels like you're doing the same stuff. Yeah, I have to put you at below average. No offense, man. Zark, solid. No, he's above average. I would definitely put him, like, if I had to, below Johnny and Slang. But he's above average. Plays well enough. Some of his combo games are really, really nasty. And, like, he does some smart stuff, but, like, some parts of his game are just fucking terrible. Like, he tends to follow the same pattern quite a bit. His recovery is not that great, and I was punishing him yesterday for that. Recovery is not that great, but he has actually a solid understanding of the game. Sometimes he throws in solid mix-ups, more than like you would see an average player. So he's pretty good. Let me see if I want to clean. So that's pretty much everyone who I was going to do. I'm looking at these and I don't really know the other ones. Let me see if I want to clean this up just a little bit. No, I'm pretty mad. No worries. My habits and mistakes are super bad. Yep. If we were doing TO tier list, you'd be way higher. But this is the game. just like baseline would be like God tier and like controllers. You'd be like God tier and like TOing. But is what it is. Okay. Let me see if I want to clean up any of this. Solid. Honestly, from seeing like this, I would probably put McWest in the average. Yeah, I just have to put him above these guys. Yeah. Exceptional. No, that's all good. I don't think I'd change any of these. Johnny's like the super closest one he has to being solid. I think he just needs to clean up a lot of his gameplay. Like, out of everyone here, he probably has the worst habits. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely does. So I don't know. I just can't put him in solid yet. Slane, pretty close to being solid, but not solid yet. Zark, he's fine being there. Mugen, haven't seen him play enough. Probably could become solid. But CW has become much, much better. Barrio is kind of habitual. Bebop needs work. Yes. Kid needs work. So that's mostly good. Blade Z, he has improved a lot. I don't know if I want to put him in above average or average from looking at this, but I think he's okay being in above average, but he'd probably be on like the lower end of above average. Blastoise is fine being there. He could become nasty, but he probably has the same issue all of us have, where life is a thing. Taylor, he could become solid if he ever really cared. Fat Kid is good being there. Gambit's good being there. Wine Shirt Guide's fine. Super Dog is fine, but he just does dumb things. Neos, yeah, that's fine. Ronin, fine. Good Mute. Full Sword, fine. 1% is like the closest to being above average. Honestly, I'm gonna put him at above average, but like on the lower end. Yeah. Obviously, this doesn't matter, but like if I were to put him here, he'd be on the lower end of above average. He needs more work than this, but he's better than most of these. Yeah. 1%, it's tough. Fuck, I don't know if I can justify putting him at average. I don't know. This one's like the toughest, actually. This one and Johnny are like the toughest. I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm gonna come back to that one. Titan, yeah, he has a lot of tech, but like he tries to overdo it sometimes. And that just ends up making him worse. 3-bar, yeah, that's fine. He needs, like, he's average enough, and he has some solid wins, I think, or he has wins here and there, like games, but fuck, he just needs to work on a lot of his game. Bell, he could actually become solid or above average. He has some cool shit, but just doesn't have enough game like understanding to not do some bad stuff in like disadvantage, neutral, etc. Android, yeah, that's fine. Chichon. Hurts, but I'm gonna put him at average because like he could become above average. I could even see him become solid one day, but he just it hurts. It hurts. Android. Yeah, if I put him here, then I have to put 1% here because I would consider them similar, but 1% being on the rise, where Chichon is kind of just there right now. All, yeah, just the tech skill thing. Gosi, yeah. Takira, yeah. Alto. Okay. The only one I'm not super sure on PZRT. Yeah, maybe I should make an extra list, but whatever. This is good enough. I know Trent is probably gonna kill me for this, but if he ever messages, just say, oh, he would put you on the top of that list. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it. I guess I'll play them and then see. But for now, I think this is my ranking. I think this is how it is. The walls between tiers. Good to know. Yeah, I think this is what it's gonna end up being. Oh, if you guys haven't followed, please follow. But gotta pimp it out. Yeah, I think this is what it's gonna end up being. I think this is good enough. Which is funny because a solid and average are the same amount, and then actually above average. Yeah, there's a big amalgam here, where it's like it wouldn't be the craziest if an average player became solid, and technically the higher end of solid could become exceptional, and whatnot. And it's fluid, obviously. No, it's not like I'm saying if you're here, you can't be here. I'm very clearly saying, like Neos, Ronin, 1%, blah blah blah, it can all make it to a tier above. But taking players as a whole, this is how I would rank everyone unordered. Yeah, I think this is a solid way to do it. I'm gonna go make lots of good advice in here for players. You really know what everyone should work on. Yeah, I actually love watching like lower level games because honestly, lower level people are the easiest to bring up because they just have way more issues in their game. And so I always like try to give them advice because I'm like, oh, dude, your advantage, you're kind of just letting them land for free or whatever. And it's really fun to see those people grow because they have the highest growth potential, technically, because they just aren't as good. I actually love watching like first round games and whatnot, and I watch a lot of them. I try to give advice here and there, especially when we're playing. Yeah, this is gonna be it. I'll go ahead and save it and post it. Kind of brutally honest with some people here, but I would think anyone who is like super honest with themselves would understand. Save and download. I'm gonna go make some motherfucking burgers with my wife, and we're gonna enjoy the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and take it easy. Thank you guys for coming. How do I stop?